Howdy folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're jumping back into the ongoing series Surviving Your First Week today, where I try to help new players understand their priorities, how to handle different situations, and lastly, just give some tips and tricks along the way. In this video, you'll be watching me survive day 4 of my first week, so if you're just clicking on this series for the first time, there will be a link in the description to day 1, so you can start from the very beginning. On day 3, we didn't have much luck getting things done, so in this episode, I was really hoping to make some headway and locate our first vehicle. Let's jump right into day 4 of surviving your first week in build 42. Alright, so we are jumping into day 4 of our 1 week playthrough. The biggest thing that I really want to try and focus on is I would like to try and find us a vehicle. Vehicle is, in my opinion now, our biggest concern. The reason why I say that is because obviously we want to be able to move a lot of our loot over to a new location, which is a pretty big deal. It's going to require a good amount of storage space to do that. Also, there's a lot of places that we're going to want a vehicle to get to, such as places like the gas station. I would really like to have that secured. There are a couple of other priorities I've got in my mind, like stocking up on food at this point. We also need to get ourselves a generator operating manual. I've also been informed that you can now gain the ability to operate generators just by being electricity level 3. So while we're looking for a new vehicle today, what we're going to do is I've taken the time to use the build 42 online map, which I will leave linked in the description of this video. Online maps are a very commonly used tool in the Project Zomboid player base, and we now have new ones for build 42. Wow, it is foggy. That is actually going to affect their vision, so that's kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, so we're gonna have to be careful. I will bring this map up on screen for the benefit of you guys at home, but I've already identified 2 locations that we can go to. One is the school, which would be a good location because it would allow us to check for books while we're there, and the other one is a church. Now the church is closer, so we're gonna start there. Both of these locations have parking areas outside, and because we're looking for a car, that's gonna be our priority. But I've used the online map to identify them because, you know, once you've got a little bit of time in the game, you might be able to get there yourself. But early on, it can be very difficult to know where you've got to go and what you want to do without the use of a map. And there's nothing wrong with doing so. You don't have to use it. It is optional. But don't let anybody tell you how to play the game. Half the fun in Project Zomboid is being able to play the game how you want to. There is no wrong way to play. I might take this hammer. How is our hammer doing? I just wanted to keep an eye on the condition of our weapon. Really good. No problems. I think we've also got a welding torch. Alrighty. So I am just taking it slow. Fog does affect the zombies' vision, which might be useful to us actually. Up this road, we should find the church, and this is my concern. Ooh, yeah, lots of zombies. That's the church there. I can just see the sign at the peripheral vision on my screen. But even getting over there, I think, is going to be a bit of a difficulty. How many zombies are across the street from us? 4. I think we can deal with 4. I'm a little bit worried about drawing those other zombies with the sounds of combat, but that's okay. We can deal with that as it comes up. And if we do draw more than we think, always gives me another chance to show off a little bit of escape tactics for you guys. Some zombies do now have pinpoint hearing because of the randomized apocalypse settings. But with this group, I'm just trying to get a couple of them to come and follow me. Oh, we've got more in the fog over there. That's going to cause issues. So you can see as I'm fighting these guys, a few of them are kind of generally pushing towards my location, and you will find this in the apocalypse difficulty now. They do kind of just make their way over to you because they can hear you. I've already drawn more than I wanted here. I'm going to make the decision quickly to back out. There's nothing wrong with me doing this. The biggest thing is that I make this decision fast. Quickly just check this bookcase. Fruit jam and peanut butter are great for calories, so we're going to pick those up. Biggest thing is that I make that decision quickly. I don't stick around. I'm not going to try fighting them and trying to salvage the situation. Just not going to bother. It would be a waste of time. We'll get fatigued. We'll get muscle strain. There's too many there for me to fight, and I know that. Now, I could take an alternate route and try to maybe climb over a fence or something like that, that is totally a viable option. But in the interest of moving along swiftly, I'm gonna just opt to head towards the school instead, which is our second option for finding a vehicle that I've highlighted for myself. There is a third, that would be the car park on the high street behind the main storefronts, but I have a feeling that that would be even busier. So where we are now, straight across from here, there will be a fence, and then behind that will be the parking area for the school. Door's locked anyway, I was going to deal with that zombie, but some smashed windows around here showing me signs that there's been zombies in the area. And I think I just caught one there, yep, that's okay. Just use the fence to our advantage again. The school is just over here, but this area out the back here should be a parking area. So I'm hoping that maybe we come across a car or two. There's one. The fog is sort of lending us a little bit of a hand here, actually. And if we can get close enough, I know there's a library just there. And books are a huge part of progression in Project Zomboid. They give me a multiplier who will allow me to gain XP faster in certain skills. And they are, like, before we take on any big projects in any skill, really, they are an absolute, we shouldn't say must have, but are very, very useful. We got no key in that one. Let's check the back. Nothing in there, unfortunately. If we loot the school, there would be a chance that there will be keys in there. There's also the ground nearby. I've just got to keep an eye open for that. These zombies are going to aggro and probably come over the fence nearby. That's all right. Change seats. No, nothing. No key. Oof. There's a big group of zombies right there that I don't want to attract. So rather than fight these zombies here, I'm just going to drag them a little bit further up this way. And I'm going to hope to avoid pulling either of these big groups by fighting as far away from them as I possibly can. And then we're going to check the school. Might even be worth checking that garbage can. So if you guys didn't know already, in build 42, there can actually be some kind of useful items in the garbage now. Bottle of maple syrup there, tons of calories, and we do have to worry about that because we are losing calories. So it is in my best interest to get some food in me. There's actually not a lot of zombies out here. Kind of expected there to be a little bit more, but that's, hey, I'm definitely not complaining. Now we're gonna smash this window. When I do so, I'm gonna check that this group hasn't been aggroed. If they are, we'll just have to be quick. I think we could still get away with it. Okay, no, I think mostly we're okay. So what I'm looking for here, really, is any book that's level 1. For now, that's going to be 1 and 2 will be my priorities. Anything above that, realistically, I don't have to worry about right this moment. So we're taking any skill book that's going to be level 1 and 2. Maybe a couple of exceptions, like, I mean, carpentry is a big one. I'm going to take any magazines because they're relatively low weight and will teach us new recipes. There'll be a couple of exceptions if we come across, like, some good carpentry books for the later stages. But right now, we're just taking 1s and 2s, and that's it. First aid. I mean, first aid's pretty useless, but first aid doesn't have many useful points to it because in games like Project Zomboid, realistically, if you've injured yourself, you're probably dead. It's a good chance it's a bite or a scratch, and scratches and lacerations heal really quickly anyway, and a bite, obviously, you're not coming back. So very rare situations that you're actually going to need the first aid skill. Now, if you're wondering why I'm bothering checking all of these desks, is mostly just on the off chance that somewhere there's a key. You never know. We have a flashlight on us, we do, which is good because we're gonna need it through here, I think. Just check each of these, make sure there's nothing useful to us. Small backpack, not that useful, unfortunately. And this might seem like a little bit tedious, but right now, cars are a huge deal to us. Electrical 1, that's a huge find. That will allow us to start working towards getting generators operational ourselves. And because we have the second book as well, that will actually allow us to get there without the operating manual for generators, which seem to be very rare in build 42. But those whistles are big items. They will actually allow us to make Quite a loud noise, sort of similar to yelling, but I believe they're louder than yelling in Build 42. And we can use them to attract zombies that way if that was something we were interested in doing, but at this point in time, it is not something we're interested in doing. It's not looking likely that we're going to find a key. I am going to check this little shack just outside here if it's unlocked. They can often be quite a good place for us to get generator stuff. Off chance that we might find a generator operating manual, but it is locked anyway at this time. Okay, I see a truck over there. Could be worth checking out. My hopes aren't high, but we've seen a vehicle. We should probably check it. Now, be aware when jumping fences like this, you always have a chance of failure, and it is gonna like fatigue your character. If you do this like more than like once or twice, your character is gonna be very worn out very quickly. So just keep that in mind when trying to jump fences like that. Okay, locked. I don't know. It might be in the house. We might be in luck here. Honestly, I tend to find that often that vehicles that are locked are the ones that have got the best chances of finding the key somewhere. Okay, these zombies are coming over, I think, maybe because of the noise. See if we can work our way around the back, and we've got one coming in here as well. Ooh, nice hit. Clean. Okay. That window won't open. There we go, we're in. It's important for me to note at this time, I have missed the carpentry show. Now, that's okay in this particular instance because I've still got some days of TV left and I won't need to watch them all to get to level 3. So in this instance, I'm making that decision that, you know, it's not the most important thing in the world. I am out looting right now and I'm gonna instead try to get keys to this vehicle. Love these new dice items as well. They're so cool. Are they something we need to pick up? No, but they are very cool. Fun fact, there's actually a shop in one of the new towns that were added in Build 42 called the Wizard's Keep, and you can actually find a wizard hat. And there's a bunch of like board games and comics and dice and stuff. This place does have a basement. Man, that's really unfortunate. Okay, we have the tools necessary to disassemble this door using carpentry. I feel like I hear something. Oh, that's an alarm. Okay. That is an alarm. It's a timer. I don't know where it is. I think it's the wall clock. Okay, well, nothing of use for us in here. Cool little basement. Not useful to us. I could have just used the residence key to get in there. That's okay, though. Do we break into the truck? There's another car over there that we could check out afterwards. I am going to make the decision. I'm going to break into the truck. Should I be allowed to? Actually, I might not be able to in these. Front left seems to allow me to break it. Not sure, not the ideal, but really what I wanted to do. Alcohol wipes. Nope. Okay, well, off to the next one. Got a car up here that we can check out. There's a dead body in there as well. Never know. Let's give it a look. Really, all we're doing at this point in time is we are trying our best to find ourselves a vehicle. Zombie got a weapon on him? Looks like a police zombie, maybe. I'm gonna need to deal with these guys because they're just gonna follow me otherwise. Now, one very small thing that I should mention is if you stand on a zombie during combat as well, you can actually just keep them on the floor. Very, very handy for situations like that where I'm fighting more than one and I can just sort of take one, knock them over, stand on top of them while fighting the other one. It just keeps them there for longer. Okay, we got another body in there as well. The only reason I'm noting those bodies is that they might have keys on them. Empty gas can, bad, but we already have one. No need to worry about that right now. No sign of a key in the vehicle. No way of us getting in there without disassembling. We might disassemble that if we can't find the key inside. I can hear zombies. Oh, there they are. Alright, let's see what we can find. An M9 pistol. Not something I'm really interested in right now. Coming around to 6 p.m. We might watch the TV. Nothing amazing currently. Really not getting the best of luck with keys right now. Oh! He says, and then immediately finds a key in the next container. Okay, things are looking up. Now let's see if it's got gas. That is one of the big things. Now that we have a key, is it gonna run? How are we looking? Okay, so we're out of gas, but that is not the end of the world. Let's check the condition of the vehicle. Oof, okay. It's not amazing, I'm not gonna lie. The condition of the battery, not terrible, 72%. The engine is not great, and the gas tank is out of gas, but it's not, like, it will work. It will serve its purpose for us, at least for a little while. Now, we need to find some fuel. We have a gas can back at base. I am gonna grab this one as well. And I also, this is the bonus of doing these runs and uploading them to YouTube as we go. Somebody pointed out in one of our previous videos that when we went through I believe it was the police station that we went through, apparently there was a siphon in one of those containers that I missed. Like a hose, a rubber hose. And in order to siphon gas from vehicles now, you need one of those rubber hoses. I had that comment multiple times, so assuming that that's correct, we could go back over there and find some gas. So I think that will be our next port of call. I'm not going to worry too much about attracting these zombies, as we can lose them. We just need to keep an eye out that we don't draw too many from other areas on the way home. But this is huge. Now that we know there is a working vehicle, there's a taxi, so we'll put that there. We'll head back to base. We're going to try and get ourselves a siphon, and we'll try and get some gas for that vehicle so that we can get things up and running. I'm just going to check this one real quick while we're here. Nope. No key on this one. I'm not going to spend too much time. There are zombies behind me. So we're going to head back to base. There is a larger group of zombies over there that I'm going to avoid. If you're wondering why I'm right-clicking on all of these vehicles as well, it's because there's a decent chance that when you do so, if it comes up, you can always check the vehicle mechanics to see if they've got gas. If you right-click on a vehicle and it comes up with siphon gasoline on the right-click menu, that immediately tells you that it does have gas. Even if I'm not carrying the rubber hose that we need, it immediately indicates to me that that vehicle has gas. Now, I don't know if we've actually seen any vehicles that do yet. So I guess our next port of call would potentially be to try and get some. We've got like 3 vehicles outside our base, so we gotta check those out. But otherwise, we'd have to trek all the way up to the gas station, which is a bit of a daunting task. So we'll check these ones out. The off chance that one of them does have some, and then we just need the rubber hose. Nope. No. Okay, so here we go. This one here has gas. So all we need to do now is get ourselves that rubber hose, which apparently was in the police station. Once we have that, we'll be good to go. Okay, so let's dump all of these. I'm noticing that my character is getting a little sleepy. Today, we're gonna push that. I am conscious that we are running fairly low on time before the helicopter comes along on day 7, and I would really like to get us moved over to the fire station before that happens and get all of our food transferred and all of that sort of thing. So right now, I am prepared to push that a little bit. This could be a decision that comes back to bite me, quite literally, but we'll see. I'm not going to worry too much about where everything is going because the longer I leave this, the more it's going to tick down. I could also drink a soda if I wanted to, because those are bugged right now. But again, in the interest of me showing the game as it's intended, I'm not going to do that because that is a bug and they will be fixing that. So we're going to head back towards the police department, try and find that hose that I missed. Firefighter zombie out the back here. I think I'm going to go around the front. I am trying to move fairly quickly because fighting... Oh, man. Okay. Oh, wow. There's been some zombies moved in since we were last here, huh? Wow. This might prove a bit of a problem. And there's a couple here, too. Actually be better off going this way. Let's go ahead and move towards the police department on an alternate route. Now you'll see every time I hit this zombie now, my tiredness moodle is shaking. Because doing stuff like this is only making it worse. But I'm thinking, potentially, might be able to draw these couple zombies' attention, and as they go round, I can hop the fence. Some more zombies over there too. This is going to be a little risky, but we're gonna give it a try. Okay, that's a good start. Now, thanks to my very helpful YouTube commenters in the first couple episodes, I know exactly where that rubber hose is. I'm hoping we can get in and get out before I really have to fight too many zombies. This is going to be risky. So this surviving your first week challenge could end early. You're getting fatigued. As long as I can make it back out this door, we'll be all right. There's the rubber hose. Back out here before the zombies follow me far enough. We're gonna skirt around these ones. We got a lot of them building up, but the doors are clear. Shut the door behind me to block their path, and we're out of there. A few chasing, but that's all right. I'm just gonna stay calm. We're gonna get full on food, which gives me a little bit of a strength buff for a very short time. A little bit risky jumping a fence that I can't see the other side of, but we may have to make an exception in this case. Now I'm taking a seat on the ground because that will help get rid of my out of breath, which should make it easier to jump this fence. As you can see, I've pretty much already lost most of these zombies. They've all mostly stopped following. And we jumped the fence first time because I took a minute there just to relax. I can hear a couple zombies. Let's try not to attract them. And just like that, we have what we need to siphon some gas. We're going to try and do that before we go to sleep. Yeah, I'm just going to take those zombies around the building, put some hard objects between us, try and break their line of sight. Awesome stuff. Okay, now we can siphon off this gas. Now, I'm not sure how much this thing has got. Oh, always the problem, you see. And because I'm doing this when I'm very tired, it's gonna take me a lot of hits to kill this guy. So that is why, generally speaking, you want to avoid taking fights when you're tired. But thankfully, I know that this area is relatively clear because we've been living around here for a little while now. Okay, that's it. 2,000 in each. We can transfer those when we want to. Not a huge amount, to be honest, but it might give us enough just to get to a gas station or just to move to the new base that we want to move into so that we're prepped for the helicopter event and the long term. But we've got a couple of days to do that in, but for now, that's going to be enough for us for the day. But that was good. We finally got ourselves a lead on a car. We know where one is. We've just got to go back and top it up with gas. We get that rolling. That will give us the facility that we need to move base. More importantly, to get our hands on some gas before the power goes off so that we can fill up our gas cans, try and grab larger items that we're going to need, like generators. Transporting one of those by hand can be very, very tricky, so we want the vehicle to transport that. And also, we can do a food run and stock up on some food before the helicopter event hits. We'll be good to go. But for now, it is 10:30. Let's give our character some sleep, and we'll see you guys in day 5.